Okay, this is the last video that you should need to watch about sample space. I have one more thing to show you, and that is what you just watched in video 3 was a really quick way to figure out the number of possible outcomes in the sample space. Love it. You just multiply, and that was so fast. But there is sometimes a reason to go through the whole process of making a list or making a tree diagram, and that is that sometimes the question, well, on Alex it does this, but sometimes you need to be able to list what is everything in the sample space. So, for example, let's start with something basic. If something asks, how many possible outcomes are there when you roll a dice once? Well, there's a total of 6 possible outcomes. But what if they ask you to list what are those possible outcomes? You're going to put these little curly brackets, and then you're going to list, well, the total sample space, the total possible outcomes are going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Those are all your possibilities. What if they say, what are the possibilities, the total possibilities for flipping a coin? Well, the total number is 2, but if they ask you to actually identify your sample space, you could get heads or you could get tails. Okay, that's a basic one. And you do have questions on the homework like that. What if they ask for something more complicated? What if they say, okay, how many possible outcomes are there when you flip a coin twice? Well, we already looked earlier in other videos that there's a total of 4 possibilities. And if they ask you to list those, list the sample space or identify the whole sample space, well, you could get heads, heads. You could get heads, tails. You could get tails, tails. And you could get tails, heads. Okay, so I just wanted to show you this. There is a reason to take the time to list everything either in a list or tree diagram, and that is that sometimes you need to list the sample space or be able to know every single possible outcome.